The COMESA Adjustment Facility, CAF, has been providing support to member states for the implementation of regional integration and trade-related programs since 2007. The CAF is funded by the European Union through the Regional Integration Support Mechanism, in short, RISM, a contribution agreement between COMESA and the European Union (EU) under the 9th and 10th European Development Fund, with a total funding of slightly over 111 million euro.
This money has been disbursed to member countries to support them in identifying how they can increase exports, building capacity, and so forth and so on. For some countries, it supported them to achieve adjustment from liberalizing their trade as a result of revenue. But now it is more broader than what it is.
To date, a total of 82.4 million euro has been approved as adjustment support to 16 countries, and over 80% of the approved funds have been disbursed to the respective countries. The COMESA Adjustment Facility, CAF, is an important facility as the resources approved and disbursed through the RISM program are assisting countries in implementing their regional integration commitments under COMESA. Beyond the support for transposition of regional commitments, emphasis is continuously being placed on countries to formulate and implement programs and projects that contribute towards the increased competitiveness of goods and services, as well as improving productive capacities of economic operators. This will allow for increased exports within and outside the region. To date, a total of 11 projects are being implemented and are expected to be finalized by 31st December 2016. Swaziland, Malawi, Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda are implementing such projects. The focus areas generally encompass capacity building of the government and non-governmental institutions to formulate, amend and implement regional commitments. For instance, Swaziland has received support from COMESA for various projects under the 5th Core. These include the Ascuda World, whereby COMESA engaged various stakeholders for coordination of border controls.
We are quite excited about the projects under this program, in particular because they reveal to us that while COMESA is about integrating the region and all the countries under it, there is also a great need, firstly, to have the capacity to play our role effectively under this integrated regional infrastructure, as well as at national level, we need ourselves to be integrated.
Our journey with COMESA has been very long. It dates back to I should say 2007, when we engaged to modernize our customs administration. At the time, the system that COMESA was supplying to member states was Asikuda++. It served us very well until our customers started complaining about the system itself. And we also, upon establishing the Swaziland Revenue Authority in 2011, realized that we needed to modernize customs administration in Swaziland. This is when a decision was taken to go out into the market and look for a system that could support that initiative. We sampled a few systems and we settled on Asikuda World as the system that we wanted to adopt in Swaziland. We're very fortunate then, because when we started to actively pursue that initiative, we were informed of COMESA's ability through the projects that they're running to support this initiative financially.
A greater focus has also been on the implementation of value chain programs that enhance private sector participation to increase trade within the region. This is being done in Swaziland through the Office of the Prime Minister and FEMCOM.
We have a special pillar here that is talking to, we call it FEMCOM. Under that pillar, we're focusing on our women, because as we know, women are very resilient and they make things happen a lot of the time. When a woman earns money, 90% of the money goes into feeding the family. So investing in women who are creating healthier communities, more economically empowered, that is quite applaudable, and that's a very good program. We need to empower women. So is our youth, because we're a very youthful region in terms of our demographics, but also just looking at programs like the leather processing. The focus on leather actually is an interesting one, because we have a lot of waste leather and we don't understand what its value is. So the program on leather beneficiation and just the focus on leather management for economic reasons, for us it's a very, very important one. So it will assist us to elevate that otherwise dead product line to a high level. For example, in Swaziland we have a lot of kekle, like most of our member states under COMESA.
We have received a sum of 25,750 euros. The funding that we have received from COMESA, we've received from EU through COMESA, will help address issues, our several thematic areas stated in the National Gender Policy. In short, it will help operationalize the National Gender Policy. Because in the National Gender Policy, we have a thematic area called poverty and economic empowerment of women.
Most of our women are in the small traders, like the director has mentioned. A lot of them are in the handicraft. They do their products and they take them to South Africa, and sometimes they sell it around. So we want to make sure that things are easy for them, instead of going all the way to South Africa to spend some days there without, looking after their children. So we will make sure that the website, we use it.
In Uganda, COMESA is working with the government under the Ministry of Commerce to construct border export zones and establishment of additional trade information desk offices in various border posts. So far, these projects are under feasibility stage. This NIMCC is involved in planning on how best to implement the projects.
We are also implementing a border export zone program, which we started as border market program, and following the consultation, we have now called it the border export zone program. So under that program, government intends to develop zones which will be centered at the border, and inside these zones we have there a market. We also have there processing and warehouse centers. We have there commercial buildings, commercial shops and retail shops. We also have there service trading services provided for there, including banks, including hotels, restaurants, including exchange insurance companies. They will all be operating within that zone. And the objective is to try as much bring the products from inside the country, bring them towards the border to enable and ease the export process to the other neighboring countries. The starting point was to ensure that we first develop feasibility studies, and we have developed feasibility studies for now 3 borders, and in the next coming month, up to end of December this year, we shall have developed for 5 borders.
In the Democratic Republic of Congo, the government has also benefited from the COMESA Adjustment Facility, CAF. These include adoption of the COMESA harmonized standards as well as the implementation of standards.
Les projets, c'est un projet d'un montant d'1 373 000 € signé entre la République démocratique du Congo et les COMESA. Il vise 2 grands objectifs. Il y a d'abord l'adoption des normes harmonisées COMESA en normes nationales et la mise en place du régime commercial simplifié. Au niveau de l'adoption des normes, le projet avait comme objectif d'adopter 150 normes harmonisées du COMESA et à ce jour, depuis la mise en œuvre du projet, dont nous avons démarré les activités depuis le mois de janvier 2015, toutes les 150 normes prévues par le projet ont été adoptées. Le ministre de l'Industrie a même signé un arrêté ministériel qui consacre déjà officiellement 50 normes qui étaient adoptées auparavant, et les 100 autres normes qui viennent d'être adoptées feront également l'objet de la signature d'un arrêté. Au niveau du régime commercial simplifié, l'objectif était aussi de mettre en place ce régime en harmonisant les listes des produits éligibles à ces régimes. La RDC, après des entretiens qui ont eu lieu dans des différents pays frontaliers, la Zambie, l'Ouganda, le Rwanda et le Burundi, ont harmonisé leurs listes, et à ce jour aussi, les ministres des Finances et les ministres du Commerce de la République démocratique du Congo ont signé un arrêté interministériel qui met en place les régimes commerciaux simplifiés. Maintenant, pour rendre ces régimes opérationnels, il a été mis en place au niveau de chaque frontière les bureaux d'information commerciale chargés d'encadrer les petits commerçants. Et le projet a comme objectif de rendre ces bureaux opérationnels en les dotant en équipement ou en bâtiment. Et dans les prochains jours, le processus d'acquisition d'équipements est déjà en cours, même des sélections de l'entreprise chargée de construire ces petits bâtiments, et il est prévu que tout au plus fin novembre, 4 bureaux d'information commerciale seront opérationnels. Ils seront dotés en équipement et en bâtiment. Donc voilà un peu en résumé les 2 grands objectifs que visait le projet, qui jusqu'au mois de décembre seront atteints compte tenu déjà de tout ce qui a été fait depuis que le projet a démarré au mois de janvier 2015.
Malawi too has a robust program to implement the RISM-funded projects. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Tourism now explains.
When it comes to this project, the Malawi Enterprise Productivity Enhancement Project, this is one of the most important projects that the government of Malawi has ever implemented. With support from the EU, through COMESA. This particular project has come in to assist cooperatives and SMEs in variation. And more specifically, we have focused more on edible oils, textiles, as well as leather and leather products. As I'm speaking now, this project has already registered a lot of impact on the ground. We have, through this project, managed to organize cooperatives, so that they are geared towards adding value to various products that they are producing.
The Malawi Enterprise Productivity Enhancement Project MEPE, under the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism, has several projects dotted around the country, ranging from leather sector to agro-processing, among many other projects.
Our idea as a ministry was to make sure COMESA integration is not only about large enterprises. It's not only about domesticating instruments which benefit big companies. We also thought that small and medium enterprises and cooperatives should be involved in the COMESA story. They should benefit, they should take part, and they should be the ones grounding the COMESA integration.
Almost halfway through the implementation process, and I'm happy to report that now getting into the second half of the project life, we're making very good progress. Actually, I'm proudly putting on a textile from one of the cooperatives that has significantly improved their way of doing things and beginning to penetrate into now more formal markets. And I'm very confident that the 10 plus targeted oil producing cooperatives should be able actually to take a good share of the market.
Additional funds amounting to €13 million are available in 2016. COMESA Fund members have been encouraged to make their submissions by 21st October 2016 to benefit from the funds. It is evident that CAF has the potential to play a key role in the development of the region by allowing access to resources that address country-specific challenges of exploiting and benefiting from regional integration opportunities.
When we look at the COMESA Adjustment Facility, it has been very instrumental, and it's actually a very good tool for providing adjustment support to the member states. You will see to say that its origin, in line with its original objective, CAF has been able to facilitate member states improve their implementation of regional commitments to an extent that now we are seeing from the commitments that have been made an 80% implementation of regional agreements, which is very critical if the regional integration process is going to be a success, because ultimately at the end of the day it's about ensuring that all member states implement common and harmonized policies which then really facilitate trade. But one key issue that also has to be noted about CAF is that it is the instrument that goes to address core concerns of member states to say, now that they're in a regional integration process, what is it that they trade? What goes on? What is the economic activity that is involved? So therefore, CAF plays a very key role in contributing to the economic transformation of the member states, addressing different types of issues, even amongst the private sector, from productive capacities to the industrialization process to market access issues, and even interaction in the global sphere. But the key thing that we now have to look at as CAF is going forward is to look at its sustainability. Because while it's been able to provide the support, key challenge is that the resources that can go out are limited in scope and in amount. So we now have to go wider and reach out beyond the European Union, who are the co-financers of the 111 million fund that we have currently got. We also have to look to say, and this is a key issue the member states themselves have to consider, how is it that they themselves can put in more funds into the facility, which will then be able to leverage even more resources from partners outside, both development partners, but also other private sector institutions at the global sphere.
As such, the COMESA Adjustment Facility CAF sustainability strategy is expected to expand the resources of funding to a sustainable resource flow for supporting regional integration adjustments and fostering the establishment of a fully integrated and industrialized, internationally competitive regional common market. Member states of COMESA are already reaping the benefits from this funding, and this has resulted to uplifting the living standards of livelihoods and economic development of the particular countries and the region in general.
you.